Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of Lincoln Memorial cents. And the coin we are focusing on is the 1971 cent penny. This year of the Lincoln penny has produced some truly surprising treasures, including rare varieties, dramatic mint errors, and high-grade examples that have sold for incredible amounts of money. If you have a 1970 penny in your home, you might be holding something worth far more than 1 cent. Let's begin with the history behind the 1970 Lincoln cent. This coin features the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait created by Victor David Brenner, a design first introduced in 1909. On the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, a design that ran from 1959 until the early 2000s. By 1970, billions of Lincoln pennies were being produced every year. But even in such massive numbers, certain rare varieties and high-quality strikes stand out and attract strong demand from collectors today. The most famous and valuable 1970 Lincoln penny is the 1970s small date variety. This is one of the holy grails for Lincoln Memorial cent collectors. The small date version has several subtle design differences that distinguish it from the much more common large date version. Because the small date variety had a far smaller production run, it is dramatically scarcer and carries a powerful premium in today's coin market. If you happen to find a 1970s small date penny in regular circulated condition, it can already be worth tens of dollars. In well-preserved condition, values rise dramatically. Uncirculated examples graded in mint state conditions can bring hundreds of dollars. The finest known examples with extremely high mint state grades have sold for well over $1,000 at auction. This is why collectors search their old jars, drawers, and pocket change again and again for this rare treasure. Another major moneymaker from this year is the 1970s proof penny with the small date variety. Proof coins were specially struck for collectors using polished dies and planchets, resulting in exceptional detail and mirror-like surfaces. The 1970s proof small date penny is far rarer than the regular strike version. Even average proof examples can reach strong values, but the highest grade certified coins have sold for thousands and continue to see rising demand among serious collectors. Apart from the small date varieties, error coins from 1970 can also be worth impressive amounts of money. During this decade, the United States Mint was producing enormous quantities of pennies, and mistakes sometimes slipped through. A major double die obverse or reverse, an off-center strike, a broad strike, or a coin struck on the wrong planchet can bring anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on the severity of the error and the grade of the coin. These error pennies are always in high demand because each one is unique, making them especially appealing to collectors who want something unusual and rare. Now let's talk about the current market values for regular 1970 pennies. Most 1970 pennies struck at the Philadelphia or Denver Mint in normal worn condition are still worth 1 cent. However, if you find an example that is uncirculated with full original luster, the value can jump to a few dollars or more. High-grade mint state examples, especially those that score well on the Sheldon scale, continue to rise in value because top-quality coins from this era are becoming harder to find. Collectors are always looking for premium examples with strong appeal. The 1970s small date penny, both in regular strike and proof, remains the star of the year. In today's market, a certified high-grade small date penny can sell anywhere from several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on condition. Auction records continue to show strong performance for these coins. The interest in Lincoln cents has grown steadily over the years, making this a promising category for both collectors and investors. As demand increases and surviving high-quality coins become scarcer, values often follow an upward trend. If you have a collection of old pennies, it is worth taking the time to examine each 1970 example carefully. Focus on the date style, check for proof surfaces if you have a proof set, and always look for signs of mint errors. Even a minor error can add value. When in doubt, having your coin evaluated by a reputable grading service can provide a reliable assessment and unlock the full potential of its market value. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden gems, and the 1970 Lincoln cent continues to surprise collectors with its rare varieties, powerful auction results, and steady demand. Whether you're a beginner searching through pocket change or an experienced collector looking for your next high-grade treasure, the 1970 penny is definitely a coin to keep an eye on. If you enjoyed learning about these valuable Lincoln pennies, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another update on rare and valuable coins. Your next big find might be sitting in your pocket right now. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most surprising modern United States coins that has shocked collectors across the world. This is the 1983 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that many people still have sitting inside jars, drawers, and old boxes without realizing that it could be worth a large amount of money. Before we get into the rare varieties and the incredible auction prices, let's take a quick look at what makes the 1983 penny different from pennies minted only a year earlier. In 1982, the United States Mint changed the metal composition of the Lincoln cent from 95% copper to a new core of 97.5% zinc with a very thin copper plating. This change was made because copper had become too expensive. So by 1983, all regular pennies were struck on these new zinc planchets. This detail is extremely important because the most valuable 1983 pennies are the ones that were mistakenly made using the old copper planchets. Now let's talk about the most famous and expensive variety, the 1983 copper penny error. This extremely rare coin was supposed to be made with a zinc core, but a few copper planchet from the previous year were accidentally used. If you find a 1983 penny that weighs about 3.1 grams instead of the normal zinc weight of 2.5 grams, you might be holding a fortune. One example of this copper error penny sold for more than $15,000 at auction. Another high-grade example sold for over $20,000. These coins are almost impossible to find, but they do exist, and every collector checks their 1983 pennies just in case. Another very valuable version is the 1983 double die reverse penny. This rare variety shows strong doubling on the lettering on the back of the coin, especially on United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. The doubling is bold and clear to the naked eye in high-grade examples. One of these double die reverse pennies in mint state condition sold for more than $7,000. Even lower grade coins can be worth hundreds of dollars. There's also a 1983D double die reverse penny, which also carries strong value in mint condition. While the doubling on the Denver version is not as dramatic as the Philadelphia one, collectors still pay high premiums for sharp examples. Now, let's look at the overall market value for regular 1983 pennies. A typical circulated penny from this year is usually worth only face value because billions were minted. But when you move into uncirculated grades, the value rises. A clean, bright red, uncirculated 1983 penny with no major marks can sell for a few dollars. But the highest grades, especially coins graded mint state 67 or higher, can bring $100 or more, depending on the market and demand. That if you have a 1983D penny from the Denver Mint, the same idea applies. Circulated examples are common, but very high-grade coins can jump in value. Top-grade 1983D pennies can sell for $100 to $200 because only a tiny number survive with perfect surfaces. What should you be looking for if you want to search through your change or old coin rolls? First, check the weight. A copper error will weigh around 3.1 grams. Second, examine the back of the coin carefully for strong doubling. Third, look closely at the condition of the coin. Even small scratches or spots can reduce value, while clean, bright red surfaces bring the highest prices. The 1983 Lincoln penny proves that even modern coins from your spare change can be extremely valuable. A simple penny could turn into hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars if you find the right variety. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep exploring the hidden treasures in your pocket.